Hi, this is Nivi.
This is Preeti. We are architects and we run a studio called Narkali. We are here to share about our experience of working on our interior design project called Smile Center for Dr. A.V. Arun, a leading orthodontist in Chennai.
So the site is in Anna Nagar East, and one of the biggest challenges that we faced with it was to create a contemporary dental clinic within the fabric of a 60-plus-year-old building. And that was actually how we got in touch with WeDoo.
So speaking of challenges that comes with a very old building and trying to change it into a contemporary dental clinic, so we have like a 60-year-old building with load-bearing walls and old plumbing lines that leak from the first floor. And also we, being a dental clinic, we had to take a lot of plumbing lines through the flooring. So we had to look at different ways and innovative techniques to tackle all these issues. So right before we started this project and even before we started the design process, we brought in the contracting team from WeDoo, and they were able to assess every thing and warn us about all the issues that might crop up and all the things that we need to consider in our design process right from the beginning. So that was a very useful move, and that was, I think, very prudent about them.
In fact, they were pretty proactive and far-sighted because they immediately pointed out that we'd be having issues with water leakages and false ceiling issues later on in the clinics, and that's exactly how it happened also, which they immediately and like very prudently fixed and got it sorted.
So speaking of the timeline of the project, we had to tackle this project in a very different way. So we divide the project into three parts. One is the pre-design part, design, and the execution. The pre-design part was because this is an old building, as mentioned earlier. So we had to fix all the issues that would later pose a problem to us. And so the pre-design and the design phase went hand in hand, considering the time crunch of the project and the pressing third wave.
This is actually where the team was of a huge help to us, because they had the foresight and the quickness of mind to figure out what would be an issue later on.
So with the design, we didn't want to take any chances with the materials that we used. The team was very quick in understanding, being designers themselves. So they were able to understand the details that we shared with them, and it was translated perfectly on site.
It went quite smoothly because of the fact that they were able to empathize from the role of a designer as well, and in fact they took care of problems that that range from water seepage to even petty issues like a random person off the street cutting off the electrical supply, and they went above and beyond to rectify those problems. So these are some of the things that they were very vigilant about, that helped the overall process much smoother than going to a regular contractor who would there's always that barrier between design and the physical execution of a project. So we were able to break through that barrier because of the fact that they were designers themselves.
Going on to the execution phase, the process was the smoothest we have ever experienced so far, because we didn't have to be running to site to look at each issue and micromanage each issue. We were getting regular updates on a daily basis on the group with the client and the designers. So there was a complete transparent process between the client, the contractor, and the architects. So things that we were able to say, that things that we were pointing out, they were able to grasp easily and translate it into site. Like the next time we visit site, it was already there and we didn't have to worry about anything. And even things that the client was asking for new additions on site, those things were easily translated. We just had to give them a drawing or a sketch on site, and they were able to make it happen for us.
It was actually a quite customized project, including customizing the desk for the doctor, and even the X-ray boards. Everything was customized for the space, and they were able to immediately understand why it was customized to such an extent and the kind of design details that go into it, and they were able to produce it quite efficiently on site within the time frame that was mentioned to them. Another major thing in any interior design and architecture project is the post-execution support, and that aspect was where we really cinched the deal with WeDoo, because it was a very short and quick response time with them whenever there was an issue that arose. especially with the dealing with the snags and the checklist after the project was completed. So anytime a small issue cropped up, they were immediately, they were able to service it and send people across to finish the job. And generally, like being a very young team, they were very quick with their responses and very lively. That is one thing that we had a lot of fun with, also working with them. It was a very young and like chill teams.
We're really happy with the synergy that we have with WeDoo, the kind of response, the professionalism, and also the intuitiveness of the team. I think they will work really well with architects and interior designers of all ages and team sizes and all that. They have what it takes to really make it big.